about to flip the script and change the game plan. I'm about to boss it up and be my own man. Credit Karma say my score around in the six. I heard that paying mortgage way less than paying rent. Equity, tax breaks, make no mistakes. Money piling out, watch my co-workers hate. Anyway, rate increase, no way. Just got a raise on my job, more pay. I'm on Realtor.com, Zillow every day. I think about it all the time on my lunch break. When I want it, best believe I'ma get it. I'ma get me a house, it might take a minute. My boy Los got a VA loan, he a vet. I might holler at him, asking what the next step. I'ma get that, I'ma get that, I'ma get that, I'ma get it. Hey, what's up? This is Ed Averett with the Ava Home Group, Fathom Realty. Welcome to the Process Podcast. We have a special guest with us today, El Michelle with El Michelle Media. What's going on, El?
What's going on, brother? Brother Ed, my real brother. Ed, the rapping real estate agent. That's right. Lyrical L in the building. What's going on? Ed Averett, Ava Home Group.
Nothing
so glad
much.
to be here. I had to tell some people we here. Tune in live now.
Okay, I appreciate the love, sis, as always. You're a social media coach and beast in social media, and you're the plug to social media tools. So we're going to talk about running a business in a virtual world and how it's becoming the new norm and changing the game in different industries. So welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
So we have a lot of new things going on, right? Here, new business plan, new goals, new president, new vice president first.
Hey.
Yeah. Plug real quick. And it's a new day, basically. So people aren't going to the market the same way anymore. People are working from home. Kids are learning from home. We are even watching sports virtually with little to no fans in the stands. And we're also being entertained virtually by DJ Nice, other DJs. So, the pandemic has really changed a lot of things. And it happened so quickly.
Right.
I know in my industry, I had to learn how to adapt by doing virtual tours, virtual home buyer seminars, Zoom calls for meetings with my clients, etc. So let's talk about the changes you've seen and some solutions to the different challenges that business owners may be facing.
I mean, just first of all, thank you for inviting me to be a part of your show. Shout out to everybody, the podcast who's watching right now. I see LaToya out there saying what's up and everything. What's going on? So, the pandemic, I like the way I heard one person refer to it, that the pandemic just kind of accelerated everything. So I believe what we're seeing now virtually is what has already been. It's just now come to us at just top speed because we needed to. We needed to be virtual. Before, virtual was kind of like an option, or being digital, being online was like an option. And I said my message for this year is that being virtual is no longer an option. So now what we have to decide is, how are we going to do it? Where are we? We have to do a real evaluation of where are we? Are we, very heavily online doing things and now just trying to get them to the point where they really, really are effective? Have we not been online at all? Have we been resistant to doing things virtually? Because even beyond the pandemic, there isn't going to be any going back. Like, you can't have people who work from home for 9 months then say, okay, we're going to shut all this down, bring all the laptops back. We're done with that era. It's over. There's no going back. What we're going to see is us moving even further into these, what you said on the advertisement, virtual worlds. So right now, we're getting online, and being online right now is the goal. You know how we talk about goals? Like, we'll be like, that right there is goals. Well, goals in the media right now is to be online. A solid online presence is the goal, because there's so much more that's awaiting you on the other side of that. But what I would encourage anyone to do right now, and I'm speaking to myself included, right, is to perfect our online presence, to make sure that if we are somewhere online, we're really there. We're really tuned in. We're really present, and we're really doing the best we can where we are to make a connection.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm not just talking about like making a connection as far as having our devices on. I'm talking about making a connection with the people who are on the other side of the device. We got to remember there are people on the other side of the virtual world. The virtual world is just like a bridge that connects us. So we got to make sure that we are being who we say we are, and that we are being serious about it, and that we are being there online, because being virtual now, being online now is no longer an option.
That's an interesting point. I know that social media is huge. And if you're not tapping in and locking into social media and not creating a social media presence, to your point, I don't even know how you would function. You remember I was giving you pushback?
Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with social media. I thought it was how people post their food and what they were doing with their family.
Right.
And now, you know, I can't get enough of it.
Right. I'm still here, brother. I'm still here.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think I think people questioned it in the beginning because everybody was really legitimately just trying to get their flow. So, you know, at the time, social media has been around for more than 10 years. I think, well, way longer than that if you take it back to MySpace. So social media has been around for a while, but, you know, because it wasn't so super mainstream, people were just trying things. That's what you do with new things. As new platforms arise, you just try it. Okay, I might post my food today. Okay, should I be going live doing this, or is this not appropriate? I don't know. You know, people were just trying to figure it out. So, you know, to me, I wasn't bothered by the questions. I just thought that over time and with some explaining and more demonstration, you would be able to see the value. Because a lot of times there's a lot of content out there that we just personally don't want to see. That's with any medium though. You can go on television right now and be like, what? Why do they have a show? Like, what is this? Right. But the fact of the matter is they are passionate. They are consistent. They are putting their content up and out there. And we are sitting on our couches or chairs watching them. When there are so many platforms where if you feel like you have something more quality, that you can express that and put that out there. So I think in the beginning, having reservations is normal. But now we have to know and recognize social media for what it is. It is not going anywhere. Right. Now, it may continue to evolve, but social media is the new business card. If I meet anybody, the next step for me is to follow them somewhere on social, depending on the type of meeting it is. Right. I know Facebook is more like for your circle, and it's a little bit more personal. I'm not talking about the Facebook business pages, but I'm talking about just like your personal page is what it says it is. But you know, when you want to get more global and see how people move on like a global level, you start looking at their Instagrams, you start looking at their Twitter, more professional global, you start looking at their LinkedIns. But social media is just that. I just met you. So now on a social level, I want to see how you move.
Right.
I want to see what your culture is like. And, you know, when you say you're not on social media, I want to say, I'll just say it will make me take a second thought of things. And you may not end up at the top of my list for a service just because of accessibility.
Mhm.
Like, I can't find you. I don't remember that we met and you said you had this great thing. And by the way, how can I see that great thing if you're not online anywhere?
Gotcha, gotcha. So I go back to my story of when had graphic artists do the cartoon, and
Uh-huh.
I saw him on social media,
Yeah.
and then I went and I checked for his website. He didn't have a website, so I was
Oh,
out $200 and something dollars. So to your
oh
point,
no.
you definitely have to have a presence because people are watching, they're looking, and they know about you before you
Right.
even explain to them who you are, and that's the
Yeah.
whole point, you know. So, and Alan Hayes, what's up, cuz? He was saying best time to promote now because a lot more
Uh-huh.
people are at home. So,
Yeah.
that's
And
the interest.
Alan is our cousin. Alan has done a lot of kind of exploratory work on YouTube and was telling us some things about that, because there is a method to what we consider to be the media madness at times. There is a method to it. There is a way to get it to work. But I would just say this, not to overwhelm you tonight, but to let you know that there is no back. So virtual is no longer optional. You just have to find your place. Contrary to what some people may say, you need to be everywhere. I think you could grow to everywhere if you do something really well. Be somewhere really well. Like, if someone meets you and they, oh, can I find you on social media? Well, do you have Medium? Because I'm more like a blogger, so I write about all my products. I do product reviews. All people want to do, really what we're looking for, more than we're looking for the tools you can use, is we're looking for how consistent, how much you believe in what you say you're offering. That's really what we're checking. When we're going on your social media, we're, oh, okay, yeah, they post all the time. We may never read every post, but oh yeah, they're legit. They're really out there. Oh, they got about, they have some followers consistently. Okay, well, maybe I can do business with this person. They seem pretty serious about their product.
So
So
what'll make
social
you
media is kind of just mimicking what would be some physical behaviors that we would ordinarily observe that we can't now due to the distancing, and then sometimes just can't because geographically we just can't do it.
Gotcha. So
Mhm.
what are some of the things that when you're on social media, what'll make you scroll up and be like, oh, I'm good?
I'm not really into uh, things that are just like the kind of content that makes me scroll by. Anything that's just like kind of like ill will or disgusting, I'm not into that. Like
Yeah.
disgusting food, I'm not into it. You know what I mean? Or disgusting behavior. I mean, that's just not really my lifestyle. Things that degrade people, like, and I'm not trying to sound any kind of way, but that's just not what I'm into. I like to laugh a lot. So a lot of the comedians I do watch, but if they get just too far out, I'm scrolling by.
Yeah.
If people are, I don't know. I'm not into people who are not authentic. Like
Mhm.
you're posting something. I had, someone a colleague say, you're posting stuff and you're not giving people credit. I'm not into, people who are unoriginal. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm not into the shade throwers who don't think, they're throwing shade. I mean, just stuff like that. Ordinary, this is what we got to know. The media platforms are just tools. They just amplify who you are anyway.
Right.
And so if in person, I know it's not a good look to just bombard somebody's conversation with your own personal interests, then I feel the same about scrolling right by you or putting a block or deleting content if I don't know you. I'm having a conversation on my page and then you tag me to be on my page. We don't even know you. It's like butting into someone's conversation and they don't know you. Like everyone's going to look at you like, what are you doing?
Right.
So I think we can't let the machinery, you know what I mean? Like the tech cause us to act how we wouldn't in person anyway. And so
Gotcha.
I scroll by content that is outside of what we would do normally anyway.
So that brings
Oh,
me to another point. So a lot of people, what
Shout
stops
out
them,
to some of my friends on here.
a
Nikki
lot of shout outs.
Collins.
Mama said, "What's up?"
Yeah. Oh,
Far
mom on here.
while went
Mhm.
by my old stage name. What's up? Pastor Nikki, what's going
Yo,
on? Yeah,
she said oversaturated anything is a no for her. You feel me? Like, we're just being honest.
right, right. So social media is really a snapshot of your energy. That's what I tell my agents and
That's
people.
good.
So people can kind of catch your vibe, by
Right.
just checking out your scrolling down your up and down your timeline. So that's
Right.
why it's important to be authentic, because you don't want to portray something that you're not, and then he meets you and then you're like, oh, that ain't it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
So,
not a good look. It's not.
but a lot of people stop from using social media, or they don't start because they're a little intimidated, by how they may look on camera, or how their hair may look, or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, people really don't, and they ain't really tripping on that. If you have something, a product to sell, or a message you want to
Right.
get out, you just have to do it. It's about trial and error. Some of it is going to be a little whack at first, but you got to get through that.
Right.
Just have thick skin. How do you handle negative comments? Or people just, you doing something and they come out the way? Why are you laughing? I'm just saying.
Because I had a negative comment yesterday. I think a lot of us, well, I don't want to say a lot of us, but I had a negative comment. And
everybody ain't gonna like most of what you do. So everybody, you feel me?
Everybody is not going to like what you do. It took me a while to get over that, though. I think those closest to me know that. Like, it took me a while to think that being a nice person, like to try to understand how being a nice person wouldn't want to make everybody be your friend. Like, how could someone not like you? I mean, you're not doing anything to them. Well, they just might not like you. You know what I mean? Or they don't like your views. I understand that we may disagree on things, but being disrespectful can get you deleted and blocked, because there's just a way, you know what I mean? Like, nobody is going to come up to you. And I want to say this. Why would you say something to me on social media that you're never going to say to me in my face? Right. Like, that's real fake. But a lot of people hide behind social media. They use that kind of like as a way to be a bully to people. I understand opposing views, but on my personal page and personal space, when it starts to get disrespectful, I just delete it and I block it.
Gotcha.
Going back to how you look on camera and things like that, I will say this, however you look in real life, like, the camera is not going to change that. Like, I had to realize that. And you have to, be able to adjust. If anything, it may show you some areas where you need to improve. But it's the courage for me. The courage that you had to even get on there. You have a solid product and you're trying to get that to people. But once you get beyond the courage and being consistent, then you got to get into perfection mode, where you start to do things that look better and will appeal to other people. It's all a process. Have the courage to step out there and do it. Become consistent, but then perfect your look so you can do it with more confidence. And I got a friend on here right now who's always helping with style. Get some people who can help you with style, who can tell you, hey, it's not a good look, like that lipstick. I mean, because they're only telling you what other people want.
Right.
They're trying to make you better. And that's not to compare yourself to anybody. Be the best you can be. Have the courage, step out there, put your content out there. Be consistent, and then start perfecting.
Gotcha. Can you even imagine a world without social media now? Like, if you were
not at all.
a business owner and you were, trying to promote your business, well, we had business cards, we had to go to networking events, flyers that we had to actually physically hand out.
Right.
So this platform, I mean, it's just so many different ways. Now we have Clubhouse where you can go and you can work on there. I mean, it's just constantly changing and evolving. And
right.
If you have a business, it makes it just so much easier for you to sell whatever product that you're trying to sell. So I don't know. We definitely.
I would say, like I said earlier, being virtual, being online is no longer optional.
Mm.
Everybody wants to know, where is your virtual representation? I said I was going to do a series on your digital self. Where is your virtual representation? Like, is it in a website? Is it a podcast? Are you on social media, which, by the way, is free in most cases? It's a free place for you to try things out and, find your way. I always say that's the training wheels of online communication.
Right.
People are gracious there. They see you're trying to get your flow. But being virtual, being online, is no longer optional. So you got to find your place. You got to find your place.
Why do you think it's so hard for people to adjust to the change of this new virtual world that we have?
For some people, they think they'll say they're not technical, but the tools are designed to help all of us who are not technical. I'm not a technical person. You could talk to my husband. He deals with all the equipment and being super technical, but I'm a problem solver. I will reach out to your support team in a minute and say, I don't understand how to use this. And then I'll use it consistently enough until I get it. So a lot of people think, well, I'm just not technical. If you have a phone or even a laptop or a computer, or could borrow one, you can get your online going. You can get your virtual presence going. What you need is the courage to do it. It's okay if you ask questions that you may say, oh man, I know this is not, maybe the best question, but I want to know. No, it's a good question, because you're asking so you can be informed. So next time you can do it and you won't have to ask that question. Y'all ought to talk to some of these platform leaders. I will send them hundreds of messages, to the point where I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I got to ask one more thing. I'm trying to get an understanding. It's all right. Have the courage. You got a good message. You got a good product. Why are you sitting on it? We need you. You know what I mean? Other people who don't have a lot to say are still out there saying it, So like, courage is really what you need, not to be so tech savvy. You just need the courage to do it. And then the consistency will start to take over and you'll get better and better at it.
And here's the thing too. So some of the platforms that are out here, you can use them for fun, but you can also flip them, use them for business. Jackie, she's on here now. I saw she just did a video on TikTok, but she did it in a fun way, promoting her business.
Yay, so go Jackie.
That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. And it just intrigues me more and more that we have all these tools.
Yeah.
And see, they got the Bus It challenge and all that kind of stuff. It's different.
Yeah.
Flip that and use that for business. So,
and the more you do it, the better you'll get. Like, if you ask me, like a year ago or before the pandemic, I don't want to say I had a fear of going live, but I wasn't super comfortable or knowing where to look. Like, I would look back in videos and I'm doing this. Yeah, bruh. So what we just standing outside. Yeah, bruh, I'm just all in the sky. But I had to look at that. And one time I was like, see, that's why I don't do it, man. I don't have to do that. Then I had to say, come on now. And this is like a little bit before the pandemic. Then the pandemic, you're going to be on Zoom. Now I'm more comfortable. Now I can easily look over, glance at the comments, look at you, address the camera. I feel more comfortable, but I had to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I had to look at those things where I was on camera, like, what is up there? Like, why are you looking up? And then I would watch videos of people and be like, where do they be looking? Then I would ask my friend who do it. I'd be like, where do you be looking when you're on those lives? It looked like you looking right at me. I just start asking questions and start doing it more and more. So, I went on a rabbit trail right there, but that was for somebody on here. Maybe it was just for me,
Because I got, my first experience doing a live was on my birthday. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
I was at the bowling alley. I was like, yeah, what's up? It's my birthday. What's good? It's Capricorn season. And nobody could hear me. And then you, like, I think you hit me and you was like, hey, bro, we can't hear you. And then somebody else was, I was like, man, I ain't doing live no more. Because I don't know what's going on. But, you know, something's wrong with my phone or something. But, you know, it just kind of, you know, sometimes people have bad experiences and it turns them off. But, you know, it can stop you from, you know, don't let one bad experience stop you from, you know, thousands or hundreds and thousands of opportunities that are out there, because people want to know what you're selling. They want to know what you're doing.
Right.
Not only that, but some people, they get bugged out when that's all they see is what you're selling. They don't, you ain't posting nothing about your family, your kids, nothing. You just selling all the time. Now, you have to have a balance now, right? Am I correct in saying that?
You definitely do. And I'm a strong believer. Like, I want to know what I want to get what I'm expecting to get from your page. And here's what I mean by that. I'm on your personal page. I do want to see some personal things. Some people are like, I'm not posting my personal life, but this is a personal profile. It's not a business profile. Like on your business page, I'm expecting to see your ads, whatever, go hard. But on your personal page, maybe I want to get to know you to see if we can do business together. Right. You know, it's okay to be personal. I had a discussion with a friend about this. Like, her thing was, well, I'm not really personally on social media. I was like, but people don't connect with robots. Right. Like, aren't you the person who runs the business? So we don't know we get no insight into who you are as an individual. That's like kind of weird to me. If you even think about when you go to speak, they read your bio. They trying to get people to know, you know, kind of a little bit more about who you are. And as business owners, like you look at some of the top companies, they talk about company culture. And I'm not going to get into that like wholly, because, you know, sometimes those company cultures can, you know, be discriminatory. But the premise of it is there's a way that they work, and they want to make sure that's apparent to the people to see if you can work, if you can flow with this. That's just like people who are seeking us out for business. Anybody seeking, you know, media services or whatever. I am not the only media person who's passionate about helping you get your message out there. You know, with me, you got to know it's going to be a certain amount of energy. She start early. She can, you know, have professionalism and still, you know, keep it real down to earth. You know what I mean? Like, it's good for people to get a feel. I'm family oriented. I love God. You know, all of these things are on personal pages that I make known, so you know who you're doing business with, as much as I feel led to do.
And I got another one that I'm gonna drop. A lot of people want you to support them, but they don't never like nobody's stuff or share it. You know, so it's just common courtesy. Give the same amount of respect that you want. So you have to, you know, you make sure that you know, reach out to your people. Give me that example I forgot about the example you told me. It's like somebody at a party.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's role play real quick. Okay. So let's just act like we somewhere and just start having a conversation. Go ahead.
What's going on, girl? What you up to?
Yeah, listen, you need to get this right now, bro. Look, I got this book right here, and you know, I want to make sure that you get this book. Now, tell me something that you just accomplished. Like, hey, it's my anniversary. Tell me just something.
Yeah, it's my anniversary. You know, you've been.
Yo, bet though, even with the book. So check this out. You can scan it too. You see how do y'all feel out there even hearing this? Y'all like, what? Some of y'all might be laughing. Some of y'all like, they crazy, man. But that's what we do on social media.
Right.
I just told you maybe something hurt my heart a little bit. It hit me hard. You know, something happened to someone I know. And the first thing you do is hit me with an inbox. Yo, we're doing this Zoom at 10 a.m. Okay. You know what I mean? No regard. True indeed, you might be doing the Zoom, but have you ever thought to ask me, how am I doing? And then if you heard what I said, it might change your answer. But if you're not listening and all you're doing is focusing on your end goal, that's going to be made abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So we gotta, I have to watch that with people, because sometimes I might not even say good morning. I'll be like, hey, yo, so let me get back to what we were saying yesterday. And then I stop myself and I say, wait a minute. How are you? My bad. How are things going in your life? I will stop myself in mid-sentence, because we start to make people like they're not human beings. And then we wonder why people start to act like they're not human beings. We got to get back to making things, you know, treating people like people first, and then seeing where you go from there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are some of your top 3 social media tools that you're finding very helpful for small business owners, and why?
And first, I want to also give a shout out to Vance. Vance Sweet, he's saying a lot on here in your comments. You know, he's a lender. He be doing social media, and he's just like, hit him up, you know? Yeah. So
yeah, he also said some interesting stuff. He's he gets a lot of business from social media. So he said that's where he does all his marketing, and that's where he gets most of his business. So I think that's real cool. A lot of people, you know, I'm just real excited about this year and about what's about to happen for a lot of folks, especially our folks. I'm you know, a lot of business owners are starting up, and they're going to be successful because they're using these platforms. So shout out to Vance. But what are your top 3?
My top 3 are definitely StreamYard. You definitely want to get a streaming platform like StreamYard. I love it because it's an easy way to reach people. It has a modern interface. It's easy to interview guests. You can later download the audio and turn that into a podcast. It is perfect for solopreneurs, you know, or even entrepreneurs who have a smaller staff. You know, it's the perfect way to get you going in the live streaming type realm. And live streaming is going to be very important. Am I still with us? You still there? Yeah. Okay. Live streaming is going to be, you know, very important as we move forward. So I would definitely say StreamYard. My second tool, we all need visuals like flyers and things like that. I love my graphic artists. I do love them, and I still use graphic artists. But there is a tool called Poster My Wall. Poster My Wall. It's life. It is life. I'm talking about you pay like $90 for 3 months, not every month. So that ends up being $30 a month for hundreds of flyer designs. Now, Canva is a free tool that you can get. That's Canva, Canva. And that will help you make visuals too. You need some visuals to go along with whatever you have. You know, if you have good message, you use some visuals to make your quotes stand out. Or if you have a product, you use visuals like flyers or, you know, something of that nature to make it stand out. So Canva, Canva, is a great free tool to look through hundreds of templates and use that. But Poster My Wall will have you looking like a graphic artist. And you know what? My brother Ed is shaking his head. He's like, you just gonna give the plug, huh? It's the absolute. You asked me for my top 3.
I want people to know that's why we're on here, to educate people and to help people. There's a lot of business owners and they don't know where to start. Just like I didn't know. You remember I was posting my closing pictures, and I told you they looked naked to me because it was just a raw picture. And I was like, everybody got borders or something around their pictures, and mine look crazy. It's like you going to the prom with a t-shirt and jeans on, and everybody got a suit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is the difference maker. It's definitely, you know, all about presentation.
Right. So Poster My Wall is like amazing. That's Poster My Wall. Game changer. And every tool I'm naming, not to do a shameless plug, we train on those tools. So we do these trainings where you can sign up for one-on-one training, and we will show you how to use those tools and get you going. So StreamYard, Poster My Wall, and then I would recommend a social media scheduler, like a Preview app. Schedules really nicely on Instagram. Like you could pretty much set up your whole Instagram feed for weeks and then send it there, schedule it like that. The Later app, later.com, is a great social media scheduler. Even in Canva, Canva, where I said you can create flyers for free. I think they have a very affordable monthly plan where you could then schedule those flyers directly from that platform to Facebook, Instagram, and I believe Twitter. And then there's a platform we use called Sendible, Sendible, Sendible. It is a tool that you can schedule on LinkedIn, Medium, YouTube, Instagram. You can just schedule all your content out for like a week and then be living your best life, developing more content and, staying consistent and just really getting things done. So that would be my top 3.
Yeah, you gave him you gave him a little extra one too. So I appreciate that. So
hey, Adria, one of my friends, she's been on here. I don't know if I said hey to her. Yay.
Peyton too.
Straight up. Hey, Peyton. Yes.
So you can also help business owners if they need help with their social media presence and selecting the best tools for their business, right?
Yes. We have a web app based toolkit. It's called JC Publicity. And we have this kind of live toolkit. There are more than 50 tools in there that we've actually used. So we don't just like pull it from online and be like, here's something. Like we've used it. We present a use case. I work in ministry and I work in education very heavily. And so we just show you different use cases that we've had for those tools. And then, you can set up a training on them. But it's good exposure. So I'd say you start with our toolkit, and then we even are on Patreon where we offer media coaching for $10 a month. So I'll be glad to put those links in the chat, link to the toolkit and link to the monthly coaching, because monthly coaching, it's like anytime I find out about anything, or it's like having my live playbook, basically, And I think that for me, it's about helping people who have things that can help people get their word out there. So we were trying to find some ways to help you do that and help us do more things as well. So, yep, those are the 2 ways that I could help people out.
Okay. Now, how can people get in touch with you if they were interested in those services?
Yes, you can visit my website at lmichellemedia.co. I will go back as a matter of fact, I won't go back. I'll put it in there now. I'll put a link in the comments to my website, and then also put a special link to the media tools.
Okay. Sounds
and you
good.
can also inbox me, and I will respond. So I won't put you on read. I will respond.
And you also, just real quick, you also have another project that you're doing too that I think is real cool. You recorded a whole documentary on your Snapchat glasses. Do you want to just speak to that real quick?
Well, this is the era of experience, and we'll have to do another talk about that. But I use my glasses to journal life now. So actually, if you look at these glasses, I just hit them and it captures video. So these are the Snapchat spectacle glasses, and we use that to produce a journal. It's a part of a 10-year series that we're doing. We'll do a journal a year, and you can find out information about that on the website as well.
All right. Well, sounds good. Well, thank you for being on the show. You know, you're my little sis too, so I appreciate just chopping it up with you. But you're a wealth of knowledge and you know a lot about social media, and hopefully our listeners were able to pick up on some tips to help them grow their business and be great this year. 21,
yes.
Grown up, right?
That's what we say. 21 is the grown year. This is the year of doing the adult things in your vision. You know, like even if you're at the starting point, if you start well, you finish well. Even if you're midway through the race, catch your second win. They waiting on us now, y'all. Okay, we got a lot of light shining on us now. You know, it's a new era from the government on down. Whatever your views may be, the newness is apparent. You know, so we all have to step into that newness. Remember what I said: courage first. Courage takes the courage to do and to put it out there. No longer sitting on your ideas. You know how frustrating it is when you sit on your ideas and watch other people do it? No, they're not taking your ideas. You know why? Because that's impossible, because you haven't put it out there. So they're not taking your ideas. And even if someone tried to copy, they'll never be you. They'll never get the ideas how you get them. They'll never be able to make people feel how you make them feel when you present that information. So don't let us miss you another day. Call me. Let's have a consultation, or call someone, inbox Ed, whatever you need to do to get your courage going. So that way you can get this content out here. They're waiting on you. We shouldn't have to wait no more. It's time now.
And what's my saying that I always say? You can't be successful being a secret.
You can't.
You know,
you can't. And we need you. So someone out there praying, you got the solution, but you don't want to talk. You're afraid. And so now it looks like my prayers, you know, we don't want to do that anymore. Okay. So we want to help you do that and keep doing that. Trust us. We human beings, we have to get up here, set out the time, and don't say you don't have time. You can make the time. 1 hour a week, 1 hour, one platform, one post. Make that commitment. By the end of the year, you would have 52 posts. We're a little less now because we're a few weeks in. 1 hour, one post a week. By the end of the year, you will have close to 52 posts.
And it's never too late. So don't get intimidated by seeing that somebody got 5,000 friends on Facebook and you might have 200, or somebody might have, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and you have 25.
Right.
You just be consistent and just stay in your lane. Keep on doing what you're doing. It'll come.
Yeah, it will.
So
shout out to our mama. She said this was excellent.
Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And shout out to Londa McLeod as well.
Yes.
Who's also watching. Well, I appreciate everyone for taking time to watch this show. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Peace.
All right.
Hit us up.
The rent man done went up on the rent man. He ain't about to get another red cent, man. I'm about to flip the script and change the game plan. I'm about to boss it up and be my own man. Credit Karma say my score around in the 6. I heard that paying mortgage way less than paying rent. Equity, tax breaks, made no mistakes. Money